Where's my face? Where's my face? Oh, there it is. Oh, can you guys hear me? Okay, good. I am trying to remember how to stream, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm on my laptop right now, which I've never used for streaming before. Obviously, my background's different. This is like a Windows default background. Bro, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what am I supposed to do? I finally got internet. A little bit back, but there's a black bar on the left? Bro, you're joking me. You're absolutely joking me. There's no way. Oh my god. Wait, there is. Wait, how is this even possible? I'm so confused. What? 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 Is there... What? What? Why is the edge of my screen... I'm so confused. Dude, I don't know how to stream anymore. I don't know how to stream anymore, dude. Oh, you know what it is? I think it's because the display capture is like a different resolution than it was on my previous computer. That makes a lot of sense, actually, now that I think about it. Is that better? Did I do it? The black part's where I rest. I would love I would love a place to rest. That would be great. That would be wonderful. I guess I can try to zoom this in like that, maybe? I don't know. Okay. I did it, guys. I fixed everything. We've solved world hunger. That of the many problems, that was the one that we solved. Cool. Display might not be 16:9. I mean, it is. I hide my taskbar out of shame. Cool. So you won't be able to see my taskbar. So, you know, I'm safe. Cool. Yes, Risco Plexo, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. My God. And also, thanks for the subs. Jeez, I don't even know, like, what subbing is anymore. Oh, my God. Who's that? Who are you? Zygum. Oh, my God. Oh, my godness. Thank you so much. I literally don't know how to stream anymore. So I apologize if I am suffering through this with you guys. But hopefully you'll bear with me. The stream today is going to be relatively short, just so you guys are aware. To temper. So talking has been difficult for me ever since I stopped streaming. As you might know, my only social interaction is with you guys. So the amount of talking I've done since the last stream is negligible. So I gotta practice my words again. To temper your expectations, I believe is the word. We're probably only gonna stream for like a little bit over an hour today because I have to go somewhere today. Which, by the way, if you guys aren't aware, why am I so short? Hang on, I gotta figure out my height as well. Like, why do I feel so far away from you guys? Cactus! Oh, guys, why are you guys all subbing? I forget this happens every time I come back from like a break. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh my God, 28 months. Jeez, Cactus, you're a pretty cool guy. You're a pretty cool guy. Thank you very much. There's a scam train happening. Scam train is that's very important. Yeah, if you guys don't hop on the scam train, your lives will be worthless. So obviously you have to do it. I mean, think about how much pride and joy you can have if you jump onto this train. No, legitimately though, I would appreciate it if you did. I'm kidding. Yes, I forgot how streaming works, so I still don't know what a hype train is. I'll be completely honest. So please, someone tell me. I'm too afraid to ask. You have a tendency to sink to the bottom of the screen every time you record. Yeah, honestly, that makes sense because I think so. Like right now, I'm up. I'm like good. I have good posture, and then so relaxed. This is great. I love this pose. This is me leaning back, watching a video from 10 feet away. I will be in good posture. I will have good posture today. I promise. There we go. That's better. That's better. You know, what's crazy right now is I literally can't read my own chat because the hype train... Oh my God, I have to take a screenshot of this. Hang on. Look at this. Guys, this is my... Hang on. I got to take a better screenshot. This is my... Better screenshot. I said a better screenshot. Okay. Bro, what the... What the hell is this? Look at this. That's my chat on OBS right now. I don't know if my like resolution or whatever is like too low because I used to have like a bigger monitor. Where's the chat, bro? Where's the chat? I can't see anything. I can. Oh my god. I can hide it, yes, but then like here's the thing. Let me hide it real quick, right? Like so I'll. Oh, okay, actually no, you can't hide the hype train. So fun fact there. Discovered that news. Oh, by the way, I'm blocking with my head, aren't I? That's fine. I'll solve that problem in a little bit. Hang on. Look at this. Look at. I can collapse this guy. So this guy's collapsed, right? Relative to, I can't even find the other one anymore. Relative to the one where it wasn't collapsed and was blocking everything. Now I can read one message. I can read one message. I can disable the hype train. I cannot disable the hype train. There's no option for it. Anyway. Congratulations, Ryu. You're the lucky winner. Ding! You get a free Prime sub. It's not even mine. It's just you just have one. That's congratulations. But yeah. Cool. So let's jump into what we're actually going to do today, since that's what I'm supposed to be doing. We don't have a lot of time, and I want to react to a couple things because it's been too long, and we need to catch up on like current events. And honestly, the biggest thing that I've been wanting to watch, there's been quite a few. Like, oh my god, like solo leveling is crazy. So I saw there's like a solo leveling thing here. We got some solo leveling stuff. I haven't watched any of solo leveling, but I've actually read solo leveling. So like I know all the fights, I know the story. The art in the webcomic is fantastic. So like I'm just like, okay, I know what to expect. I'm not gonna get any spoilers at least. But I haven't seen any of the fights. I haven't seen any of the fights. So I want to watch some of the fights if we can today. But more importantly, perhaps, is Dispatch. How many of you guys have played Dispatch? I haven't played it, but I've seen it everywhere. And every time I see it, it looks kind of insane. So we're gonna go over exactly what that means in a little bit, but it's like really good. But I don't know like why. I think I just gave you guys like an emote. I don't know what that means. What is this? Choo choo. Anyway, just started Dispatch. Oh, sick. Nice. Oh my god, I can't read that. What does it say? Oh, hi. Kitty Chrissy, thanks for the bits. I was like, dude, it's so small on my screen. I gotta get a better stream set. I don't know what the hell is going on anymore. Thank you. Is Dispatch 3D or 2D? It is 3D. That's the thing. It's very impressive. It is 3D. So I wanna break it down a little bit with you guys today. Let's see. Dispatch is amazing, but also it's incredibly horny in only the way that a Laura Bailey project can be. Wait, really? Fair enough. I don't know much about it, but I know that there's romance in it. So that's, you know, that's cool. But let's see. What else are we gonna watch? I think that's pretty much all we have time for. I only watched the plotline. It was okay, cool. Oh, fair enough. Okay, cool. Sounds pretty okay. That's good. Let's see. Someone made a fan art live action of a cool fight. Fan art live action. Is that like live action as in like live action, or is it like VFX live action, like CG live action? You know what I mean? Cool. Poggy, go to sleep. We'll see you soon. The thing is, I might be able to stream it more often now, just to preface that. Still tempering expectations, but oh, by the way, life update, in case you guys don't already know, the reason why I've been gone is because I moved to Japan. Did you guys know that? If you guys didn't know that, that's new. I'm in Japan right now. So I'm living in Tokyo. The whole process has been, you know, a thing. And I didn't have internet for a while. That was a whole thing. I didn't have like a bunch of stuff, but now I have Japan. I have Japanese internet. But yeah, move where? I mean, I would tell you, but then you would be able to find me in the middle of Tokyo. I'm just kidding. I don't live in the middle of Tokyo. I do live in the middle of Tokyo. I'm in Tokyo. So I'm actually in like West Tokyo, like slightly West Tokyo. Permanent address for work. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm not really here like permanently. Like it's, yeah, at least for a year, you know? So that'll be cool. But we'll see. I don't speak Japanese. I understand some Japanese. I'm learning Japanese. and I can speak transactional Japanese. But like, for me to say that I speak Japanese would be disingenuous. I can interact with people though. Yeah. Has anyone ever said my Nihongo is Jozu? No. No, nobody's told me that. To be fair, there's always like the fact that like I technically look Japanese, so like people will see me and be like, oh yeah, he speaks perfect Japanese, and then I'll speak and they'll be like, well, that was way below my expectations. So I don't think anybody would be like, oh, Nihongo Jozu. Like if you look like a foreigner, you have that advantage of like people being like, oh, he actually speaks Japanese. What a pleasant surprise. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. So, you know, that experience is a little bit, you know, yeah, I'm just a disappointment, frankly, as a default situation. But that's okay. That's okay. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, you should learn to survive. Yeah, I'm learning. I can survive at the very least. I know a decent amount, but like, yeah, I would not say I speak Japanese. Yeah. That reminds me how GeoGuessr found where PewDiePie lives. What the fuck, serious? That's crazy. Cool. You were there earlier this year. You told me I could have. No, I didn't move until like August. So, unless that's when you got there, in which case, yes. Do you have a translator? Yeah, I mean, so I'm with Geeks Plus. Geeks Plus is the one who's handling my visa, so they're also helping with life support and translation and stuff. So it's a huge help, right? Huge help. They're able to provide a lot of like Japanese interpretation and things like that, things of that sort, of that matter, which is good, quite good. Yeah, shout out to Geeks Plus. They're fantastic. Yeah, huge. Without them, I would be like dead. Yeah, life support. Are you going to space? Quite literally, yes. I mean, look at this. Look at this. What are we watching right now? I don't know, but we're gonna watch it. What a great segue. All right, here we go. Why was I so low in the frame? My posture, it's good. My posture's good. It's fine. Is there any merch that you bought? No. Well, that's not true. There's a couple things here and there that are in my house, but nothing like actually like merch of like an anime or anything like that. We'll get into that later. No, I don't think there's anything crazy. I would like to buy some more stuff. I have barely any furniture in my apartment right now, so we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, I just bought a shelf, so maybe I could put some figurines on there one day. All right. So for Dispatch, I am curious how to break this down because it's a 3D game, but it just looks like a show, right? So we're gonna take a look at it. I haven't really seen much. I saw like one thing really. I can't read the chat again. Hang on, I gotta open up my other tab. There we go. I can watch like I've watched like one thing. I'm gonna watch this, fully knowing that like I've know generally how it looks, but not really knowing exactly how they did it. So we're gonna break it down. Let's see what we can come up with. You guys ready? You guys ready? Cool. Are you involved in making Wand Dance, which is a 3D anime? No, I'm not actually. Oh, is that the one with the dancing? Wait, is that the one with the mocap dancing? But then there's like 2D animation, and then it switches randomly to 3D animation. Is that the one? Dispatch is very much an animated show with choices and some narratively negligible gameplay. Yeah, that's how I feel as well with Garrus. I feel like it probably is basically a show, but I'm gonna find out. I'd like to watch some gameplay as well at some point because I actually have no idea what the gameplay looks like. But yeah. Oh man, the dancing stuff. This is Telltale. I thought Telltale died for some reason. Interesting. Is this a different company? Anyway, we should watch Wand Dance at some point because it'll be interesting to break down. We'll see exactly what it means. Is the Telltale team under a new name? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. All right, let's take a look.
Here, try this.
So there's devil people? Is that right? Am I reading that right? There's just devil people in this universe. I know there's superheroes, but like, is it just kind of like there's metahumans everywhere? Is that kind of DC Marvel? I guess it is. You guys can hear this, by the way, right? Jesse. Oh, Jesse Pinkman? Oh shit. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Cool. All right.
Here, try this.
Thanks.
Is the can I spends reporting expensible? Can I get my money back paid, please?
Damn. Oh no. Oh god.
I ordered 3 triple crunch tacos.
The shading is definitely normal edited. So look at this. This is a really interesting phenomenon. Take a look at this, guys. Look at that right there. Do you see what I'm seeing? Do you guys see what I'm seeing? You guys see what I'm seeing? The shading on this finger is flipped. You see that? So this is like a thing that happens when you have normal editing, and it starts to be a little bit weird, right? Because you want to have a really nice split here. So they've done a really good job, and they've probably done something where they actually, so this is my guess, they pointed the normals all this way and then all this way. So they have an exact split of where they want the shading to go. And it's basically kind of an all or nothing kind of thing. And then they might have some cast shadows here and there. So like you have cast shadows here and this is all or nothing, that kind of stuff. I could be wrong about that. They might have a bit of a smooth transition, but ultimately the inversion of this is because there is, you know, they're like, oh, the light is facing this way, so therefore it gets light, but it's disconnecting the shadow. Isn't that interesting? Anyway, it's an artifact of like 3D animation stuff, you know, when you're doing these kinds of things, but it's always an issue with hand shading, and they've done a really good job with getting each individual finger. God, every individual finger joint even is unique in its normal editing. So lots of work went into this, and I'd say that the shading looks generally pretty good, but I know it's normal edited now, so that's good. Wait, what the fuck? Holy shit.
Temporarily blinded.
What do you mean temporarily? They put blindfold.
Holy shit. Wait, what?
No.
Wait, he's just blind forever? That's wild. Wait, that's so funny. Oh my god.
I didn't order that. I ordered 3
3
tacos.
triple crunch tacos, yeah, you've muttered it 50 times. Just eat that. It's the same shit anyway. Literally everything at this place is just a remix of the same 5 ingredients. Hot sauce? You drunk or concussed?
I'd go with both. Or do some friendly fire.
Oh no. Oh! All 2D effects. Very cool. Oh god.
Sorry, boy.
He's only fucking dead.
So
You wash
funny.
your hands after touching all them filthy nutsacks? Tati seems salty.
God damn it, that's gross.
Ooh, there she is. Thanks, babes. Sauce it up for me and everything. Think you're looking for these.
Ah, cute. Oh no. Oh no! Oh god! Interesting. Bro, honestly, the shading and everything, like the lookup is really good. The animation is decent. It's decent. It's not the best animation. And I can definitely see, like, if this was a show, it would definitely be critiqued, which is very interesting. Like, so, like, let's talk about that for a second, right? Like, games generally have, like, a really good, what's the word? There's a lot more leeway when it comes to games and imperfections, and that's just the nature of like the genre, right? Because the game is selling you an experience. It's not selling you a perfect product, right? It's not selling you like this is like a visual package of a thing. And being able to interact with the world and the characters is kind of like the point, right? So you're able to actually get away with some like animations that's slightly subpar. You're able to do these things as long as the experience is good. So I'm noticing that like if this was a show, it would definitely feel like a lower budget show, weirdly enough, right? Because the animation isn't quite up to par compared to like, you know, like a TV animated series, right? But like, it's still really good because it's one really well written, and the shading actually looks pretty good. But it's hilarious and it's well directed, so I'm like, this is great. Honestly, so interesting. God damn it. Oh no. What are you doing? Why do you have to? Oh, Jesus.
Both arms? Y'all
What is his superpower? What is the main guy's superpower? He looks like a normal dude.
are fucked up.
They might make this into a show in the future. Oh, are they really? That would be really cool. I think they should.
Good thing is how easy it was. This churro isn't as soft as his noodle arms.
What? Fair enough. Damn, interesting. He doesn't have a power? He's a normal dude? He's Iron Man, but not rich. Oh, that's amazing. He's got a mech. I haven't seen him use the mech yet. Okay. Interesting. Let's break down what they're doing here, right? What I'll say is this: they have a really they're able to get away with a lot of these things. They have pretty decent shading, but a lot of it is also just like hand painted shadows. So like you have like the under boob right here is all that's just like permanent shadow there, for example, right? But like they have like what's interesting is this. Hang on a second. Those are pretty good speculars. That's how are they getting good speculars there? That doesn't seem to make sense. Are these hand drawn? Impressive.
She temporarily blinded me!
What you mean temporarily? Bitch, you blind forever.
So funny. The premise is that Robert, main guy, ran out of money to keep repairing his mech, so he works with these peeps to earn more money. Wait, what? Oh my god. Okay, all right, fair enough. The game basically is a show. Yeah, I agree. This is basically a show. So do you guys know how long this quote-unquote show actually is? Hero with a part-time job. My god. 8 episodes. Damn, that's great.
No, I didn't order that. I ordered three tacos.
Triple crunch tacos, yeah, you've muttered it 50 times. Just eat that. It's the same shit anyway. Literally every...
So they do really good hand-drawn textures on here. So like that's giving you a lot of like depth and stuff already without the shading being perfect. So they're doing all that really well.
Everything at this place is just a remix of the same 5 ingredients.
That animation is really good. This acting animation is really good. And I think that's what it boils down to is like all the acting animation is fantastic. So like the core of this really is the acting. Like I feel like the fight scenes are not really the purpose of this show, right? Like all this animation is really good actually. Look at that. The character designs are hilarious.
Can I spend?
Look at that. Look how much. Look at all the shading on the guy's body. That's actually it's being integrated really well into the shader. Because not only do you have like these hand-drawn shadows, but you also have like on top of that you have the cast shadows blending in with like every other kind of shading piece that's on there. So it feels cohesive. It feels 2D. Like if you were to pause this, it'd be like. Yeah, you gotta tell it's 3D, but it looks like it could be 2D. It could be. It could be. It's just highly detailed, but it could be.
Spends reporting. It's expensible. Can I get my money back? Paid, please.
He's always wet. Oh, I see. Makes sense.
I ordered 3 triple crunch tacos.
Is he missing an ear? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Wait, look at the blood. Wait, hang on. Take a look at this. Oh, interesting. That's fully 2D. That's a fully 2D blood. Yeah. Fully 2D blood. So, apparently, Sloth, correct me if I'm wrong. So, allegedly, some people tried to actually download the 3D models for this game. And they found out that this game is all video files. Like there's not even 3D models in the actual game files because they just exported everything as videos. That is really, really interesting because it allows them to do things like this, right? So they can literally just paint over the video and make it look good. There isn't actually like a version of this where they have to figure out how to do it in 3D. They just do it. You know what I mean? So if it's all video, one, you're basically making a show, right? But two, you have all the freedom and flexibility that you have when making a show. You're just making a show 2 or 3 times because you got to come up with different outcomes, right? But ultimately, it's the same show. So like, this is a genius model, bro. I'm saying, like, Dispatch has got this thing figured out. No dealing with game engine rendering. This is probably rendered in Maya for crying out loud, like, or Blender or anything. I don't know, but like, it's almost definitely not game engine stuff because normal editing and all that, like, you can do it in game engines. Absolutely, you can make it look good. But like, you're doing things that require optimization. You're doing things that require a bunch of other things that, frankly, if you could just paint it over or if you could just render it out not in real time, it could look so much better and you'll be done, right? You'll be done. Is this Unreal Engine? That would be interesting. If they rendered it in Unreal Engine, it's possible. There's a bunch of comics about Dispatch. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Huh. It was originally going to be a series, but because of COVID, it got delayed and changed into decision-making games instead. Really? Wait, how is that possible? Because if it's the Telltale people, wouldn't they have originally just wanted it to be a game from the beginning? Unreal Engine 4. What? Huh. That's really cool. Oh, I guess I see. So it got delayed, but production never started. And then they decided to ask Telltale to do it. Interesting. Dude, his arms are so tiny. It's just so funny. From a character design perspective, they did such a good job. It's like, this is a big guy, but his arms are so soft and weak because he never uses them. Isn't that great? That's such a great attention to detail. I like it. Yeah. Like, there's some blobby shadows here, to be fair. Like, these shadows aren't that great, but it's slightly normal edited, I think. Maybe not. Who knows? So, did he not just get stabbed here? Like, he definitely got stabbed here, right? Oh, but they're, like, spectral? The fuck does that mean? That's crazy. Look at the lighting here too on his face. They actually have like green light on his face. Like this is the attention to detail that I think you really only be able to do if you could like manually just be like, hey, like make the light green for this in the shader rather than like trying to make it real time. You see what I'm saying? Like the real time stuff complicates a lot of things. Yeah. It's likely using Unreal Engine 4 for the gameplay side of things because they still need gameplay mechanics, but the cutscenes are pre-rendered. Yes, very good point. I think that's probably right. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Honestly, I would be down to try something like this in Godot because I think Godot is a very powerful game engine. If you need MP4s, you know what I mean? Like, I could make MP4s. This is sick.
Temporarily blinded me!
What you mean temporarily? Bitch, you blind forever.
God, that's crazy, dude.
No, I didn't order that. I ordered 3.
How do any of these guys get paid? This is so funny.
Yeah, you muttered it 50 times. Just eat that. It's the same shit anyway.
Look how good her animation. Her animation is so good. But it's interesting because like if you actually compare the animation, so like let's take a look at this. Right?
I ordered 3 tacos.
Triple crunch tacos.
No, I didn't order that. I ordered 3 tacos.
So like his animation is pretty decent. His animation while walking.
Triple crunch tacos. Yeah, you muttered it 50 times. Just eat that.
It's decent. It's decent, but he's way too top heavy. So like you get this instance here where like he sits down and then he suddenly like leans forward like really, really fast, and like that gives a little bit of a weird feeling because he's so top heavy, right? So like things like that just start to make the weight feel a little bit off. But then like you get this where
it's the same shit anyway. Literally
the animation's so exquisite.
Everything at this place is just a remix of the same 5 ingredients.
I mean, just look at like the small micro darts of the eyes. Like you have like such a
literally
good
everything at this
balance of like subtlety of her expression where she's clearly like annoyed but like cares about the person, right? Like
yeah, you muttered it 50 times. Just eat that. It's the same shit anyway. Literally everything at this place is just a remix of the same 5 ingredients.
Also, this is a fun fact, right? So like this is another good example of how they're actually making this like a show. So take a look at this, right?
Yeah, you've muttered it 50 times.
Look at her pose. What's her name again, by the way? Invisigal? Cool. Can she turn invisible? Is that her power? Because I haven't seen her do anything. She just kind of like sits there or stands there and like punches people. Which I guess if I didn't see her do anything, she was using her powers. But yeah, so if you look at her pose here, right? Oh, when she holds her breath, that's hilarious. That's so good. I love these powers. Look at her pose here, right? She's kind of leaning forward a little bit. She's annoyed. This is a great pose. Her facial expression is really annoyed. It's fantastic, right? It's a great pose. And then take a look at this.
Just
look at her pose now. What pose is this? She's upright. She's not leaning forward. Her facial expression is slightly different. She's not as annoyed. Her neck isn't like lurched forward either, right? So what does that mean, right? These two poses are different. That means they were rendered and animated completely separately. So think about what that means, right? For a second there, somebody probably animated this shot first before this shot even existed, right? Most likely. Because you're splitting up different shots with different animators and you're splitting it up as different files. We do this at our studio. This is how a TV show is usually made. You have different shots, you give them to different people. Sometimes there's discrepancies in the shots because like one person will pose a person slightly differently than another person, and that's fine. But in a game, usually cutscenes are done continuously in one scene because the game is a single scene that's happening all at once, right? So usually game cutscenes are done in the way where I'm sure there's different animators who do it different parts, but like generally speaking, the camera will just cut from one shot to another shot within the same continuity. So you usually don't get discrepancies like this because the animation is actually just a continuation. This is especially true when you have motion capture because mocap will give you like, you know, a very consistent movement. And what? You just gave someone a sub? Cactus? Rahab, Kamosh, congratulations. You got a tier 1 sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for the gifted. Thanks, Cactus. Appreciate it. No more ads? Did I have ads? I guess we do have ads. Oh no, Rahab has ads. Yeah, sorry. I was like, I guess I have ads. I don't know how streaming works. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's why some games will have object snap in at the last or first frame of a cut in real-time rendered scenes. Yes, exactly. Yeah, they have to keep them in the scene, but they're just like 100 meters out. Yeah, so that's how games do it usually, and there's usually a continuous like existence. But yeah, for this, they just straight up, they're like whatever, you know, like this is individual shots. Very, very interesting. Very cool. Pixelflex, how's it going? Welcome.
eat that. It's the same shit anyway. Literally everything at this place is just a remix of the same 5 ingredients.
What great fucking lip sync too. Which, by the way, is this on 2s? Let's see, because it moves really smoothly. This is on 2s, but is it 60 FPS? Let me see. I can't tell what FPS this is actually. It might be 30. Ah, man, it's not 60 though. It's either 30 or 24. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. Default 30, it would say 1080 60 for 60. Yeah, default 30. I mean, it could be 24 technically, right? Surely. A lot of the time, games would even suffer a worse experience if they had to emulate that because of interpolation syncing up with the camera position change poorly. Yes, exactly, 100%. Like, if they just randomly had to snap a character from one pose to another, it'd be a nightmare. Not to mention the physics stuff that usually is being real-time simulated, which in this case it's not, right? But, yeah, it could be 30 or 24. It plays at 60 in game, but the video is definitely at 30. So if the video is at 30, and I'm seeing that it's on animated at 2s, right? Like, oh, the video's at 30 in the game. The pre-rendered video files. Is that true? Interesting. Okay, I can believe that. Well, what's interesting about that is like if it's 30 FPS and it's on 2s, like it's technically at 15 FPS and not 12, which is interesting, right? We're so used to 12 for 24 FPS, but like animating at 30, that's such an interesting idea.
Place is just a remix of the same 5 ingredients.
Because it works pretty well. Like it looks smooth, but it's mixed frames. Isn't that interesting? It's actually very difficult to do, by the way. That's generally something that like a common mistake that people make as animators if they're trying to do mixed frames is just to like animate in 24 FPS and then just cut out every other frame. It can look really, really janky because you're not choosing your frames intentionally. But like, it's still possible to do if you do a pass after that. But like at 30 FPS, I think you'd still have to do that, which I definitely think they're doing here, by the way, because it looks pretty good. But it might be more forgiving. I don't know. It'd be really interesting to see how that works. Yeah, I remember some GDC talks from some of the people who worked on Horizon Zero Dawn who said that they had tried a lot of stuff to not get Aloy's hair to jump around when cutting between shots. Ooh, yeah, exactly. That is tough. That's the whole problem with physics-based like simulations, by the way. Like, I don't really like them that much, but like we use it in certain cases specifically to bake to keyframes because we can't rely on it all the time. Just fun fact.
Hot sauce?
This hot sauce throw was actually kind of out of nowhere. I kind of wish they threw. This is a small thing, right? Like
Literally everything at this.
the acting is fantastic, but then the body mechanics and like the fight stuff suddenly feels like, whoa, the acting is so good. But look at
Place is
this.
just a remix of the same 5
That looks amazing, right?
ingredients. Hot sauce?
And then suddenly it's like she reaches to the left and then immediately throws to the right, which is like, it's such a strange, such a strange movement. Like somebody might normally, like if they're actually throwing to the right, they wouldn't actually rotate their chest so much. So like,
Remix of the same 5 ingredients.
take a look at this.
Hot sauce?
If they were to go here, I don't think they would twist their chest up so quickly afterwards, because it's not required for the throw, especially for a casual one, right? You would kind of go like hot sauce, and then you would just kind of throw the thing with mostly your arm, and it would feel a lot more natural, more casual. So like those kinds of things are like happening in a way that's like, oh, that doesn't feel quite as natural, but the acting is sort of like, oh, that's top tier acting. It's incredible. She's using the force. I can't argue with that. Small thing here too, by the way, like this is an interesting example where actually I would recommend like having just like the handle a little bigger, because it does feel a little small here. But the reason why it feels small, do you guys actually know why it feels small here? I talk about it a little bit occasionally, but like, what is the mechanic that makes this feel small? Does anybody know? Quiz time, class. Quiz time. Oops. Perspective is correct, yes. Focal length, yes, all correct. You guys are listening, yay! Correct. Focal length is too high. I'm very proud of you guys. That's great. Yeah, focal length matters. So what's going on is like the depth is being flattened because it's a very high focal length, which looks really, really good for faces. Really, really good for faces. Not very good for dynamic poses, right? Like this is not going to look as good. So like in an ideal world, like you kind of have like the handle a little bit bigger, but like, do they have that level of control? Because it's not a game, like technically yes, right? So it's kind of an interesting gameplay now of like, I say gameplay. It's kind of an interesting back and forth of like, well, technically speaking, they could have done it. At the same time, they don't have to do it, right? Because it's a game. Like there's certain things that can be forgiven, but like it'd be interesting to see how to achieve something like this. I'll talk about it more later, but like for my own sort of brainstorming, it's like you could either do what we do, which is to create a flattest structure for the face that allows the face to actually look like it's at a high focal length while the rest of the body is at a low focal length. So you can do something like that, and you can have something that feels pretty decent despite the focal length being at here. Honestly, this feels very high. It's probably like 120 focal length, right? But like you could probably get away with a 60 to like 40 focal length and have the flattest on and get something that looks just generally better. But yeah, is the thumb overextended? No, I think it's fine. I think it's actually kind of fine. It's a little long, but like, yeah, it can't be pointed backwards too much. It kind of depends on if it's being pointed backwards or forwards. But I can't tell from here.
You drunk or concussed?
Why is it that most Japanese anime that use 3D, like One Dance, don't do it at 12 or 6 FPS to match the hand-drawn animation in the same show? Well, if it's mocap, it's very difficult to do. That's the thing, right? Like I mentioned before, like if you take mocap and you just take out half the frames, it'll just look like bad mocap. You know what I mean? It'll be like, oh, that's not enough frames. That's what it feels like. So you can do that, but it won't actually pay off. The only way to do 2s and like the only way to like do like 12 FPS or whatever thing for that is to basically hand animate it. Like, and that takes way longer, especially for dancing, which, by the way, dancing is so difficult to animate. So hard to animate. A better question might be, why didn't they just like rotoscope the mocap, right? They could have done that. Also very difficult to do, right? But yeah, I mean, we can talk about wand dance later. It's a whole topic.
Go with both. Or do some friendly fire.
Look at look at this. This is clearly 2D blood. It looks gorgeous. Look at that. Look, there's even blood on the thing. Like, oh god. Oh jeez. Oh, that's nasty. Oh man, does he put it back in? Oh no, he doesn't. Definitely not. Wait, that was on someone's head? I thought that was a shoulder or something. Oh, that's their brain. Oh, okay, that's fine. Anyway. Yeah, like, so this is another good example of like body mechanics. So like here, like she jumps, right? Oh, she's parented to the camera. Look at that. Sorry, that's cool. So you'll notice, what does it mean by parented to the camera? Both of them are parented to the camera, actually. So, but the girl in the background's not parented to the camera because she's part of the background. Very interesting observation, Dylan. So the thing is, when you parent someone to camera, you can get away with these twos a lot more. So like anytime the camera moves, there's going to be a slight jitter in 3D if the character is not parented to the camera because they're kind of lagging behind their movement. They kind of go like, right? Because you're kind of like undoing that movement with the camera. But if you parent to camera, you'll kind of like stay in screen space, which is nice, but you'll sort of like float between these two frames. You see that? See how they're floating there? So yeah, that's something that was basically invented during Spider-Verse. Like Spider-Verse essentially popularized that technique. And it makes a world of difference to make mixed frames feel better in 3D, by the way. World of difference. But yeah, so interestingly enough, they parent things to camera, which is also a really, really good thing. And would also be, by the way, very difficult to do in real time. Because you'll notice, like, you're parenting these guys to camera, but not her. How do you determine that, right? In a real-time setting, it's basically impossible. Not to mention, dynamic parenting is a whole thing. It's already such a difficult problem to solve for the most part with, like, you know, objects and stuff. But like, you know, having that for characters onto a camera, my goodness, right? But right here, you'll notice like this jump. So she jumps, but she never really, she never really jumps off of anything. She just kind of like extends her leg, but she's already floating before that. You notice that? Like, boom, 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 boom. Like this right here feels like if she was like, let me just paint a picture. If she was more like this, right? And had something like this. And then for the next frame, can I do this? I can't do this. I have to turn it off. Okay, that's fine. For the next frame, right? We go here and she would actually just be like, already, like she should already be at a much higher point in her jump. Like she should be probably like up here, frankly, because the jumping action is a very quick action. The extension of the leg determines how far you can jump. If you extend your leg slowly versus if you extend your leg quickly, that's the difference between a jump and just like getting up, right? Like think about that, right? The speed at which you extend your leg is the difference between a jump and just getting up. So if you don't practice that in animation, you're going to end up getting something that feels kind of like a get up that suddenly starts floating. Which is kind of what this feels like. It doesn't have quite enough speed in this get up. It goes over the course of like 3 or 4 frames, whereas like you could probably get away with like 2 frames, like twice as fast, right? So that's one of the reasons why that feels floaty. I also think that the arc itself, like let's trace this arc for a second. Right? It doesn't really go up, even though like the arc should go up because she's jumping, right? She's here, she's here, she's here. So the arc is kind of like this. You see that? It's basically like that. She goes up and then she comes back down. You'll see it here. See? Right? It's like, but really what would be ideal is like this. That's a nice arc. That would be a nice jump. Imagine this pose and all that, but with like this arc. She like, whoop. That would feel a lot more jumpy, right? even if it's like further or whatever. Like having a more parabolic arc is better. It's just better. It feels more like a jump. But this feels more like a, it doesn't feel like a jump. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. Small things like that. I want to see Invisigot turn invisible.
Sorry, boy. He's only fucking dead.
Oh, wow.
You wash your hands after touching all them filthy nutsacks?
Jesus Christ.
Tati seems salty.
Gross.
Ooh, there she is. Thanks, babes. Sauced it up for me and everything. Think you're looking for these.
No, 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 no. Oh, God. That's disgusting. He's just a dude. He's just a guy. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Damn. Okay. Sorry. So cool. All the effects are so pretty. Anyway. Is that a portal? He has ears? All right, anyway, let's see what else we got. What is this? What is this? Huh. Interesting lighting on her. Interesting. That's that's in 3D. I can watch this, right? Just want to make sure. The normals on her are not as good. They don't really do any normal editing in this one. It's very interesting. But they have all the shadow. That makes sense. Because I think they didn't have it before. But it was just very nicely lit before. But in this situation, it becomes a little bit more blobby. No naughty bits in this scene? Okay, cool. Wait, hang on a second. Wait, am I crazy? Hang on, go back. Is that shadow disconnected? Is that a real cast shadow or is it fake? That cast shadow looks fake to me. I could be crazy. I could be crazy. I could be absolutely insane. Yeah, it doesn't match up exactly. Something's different about the shadow. No, I'm tripping. I'm definitely this has got to be real. Surely. It's got to be. Maybe? I don't know. Something's interesting about this cast shadow. The environments they're cute. I think they're almost photorealistic, but they actually have like these gradients and stuff they put on there. Like the painted shadows look so good. Honestly, they do so much work. Yo, this is basically a show, dude. Is that stuttering? That's like 1, 2, 3. That's like 4 frames. It's hard, man. I'm telling you. This dance animation is very difficult to do. Take a look at this. So there's a little bit of what is called like basically what I like to call like I mean it would be floatiness, but it's basically like a center of mass drift. So like my guess is that there was some sort of mocap here that was cleaned up, and it was actually like really difficult to clean up because dance is difficult. And so like there was some things here that were like getting lost in the intention of it, and like the movements got transferred over from that. And yeah, a weight shift discrepancy, as you might call it. Yes, exactly. Specifically here, like right here. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. And this is not taking away anything from the game itself, because it's already such a fantastic game and such a fantastic experience. But like right here, technically speaking, like as she's coming onto this foot here, there's not really anything that says like her butt needs to move so far to the left, because her center of mass should actually be on top of the foot, but it's moving like, you see how it's not above the foot anymore, right? Like it's like next to the foot. Whereas in reality, if you're only balanced on one foot, you'd probably be around here. So small thing, like getting those kinds of weight shifts right, especially if there's like something to do with mocap where maybe they took an extra step that got deleted or something like that starts to create these discrepancies in intention. It can happen, and dance has a lot of that. Dance has so much of that. Yeah, some glitter in the X and Z axis of the torso control of the graph. Exactly, yes. There's always so much noise in mocap too. Is that a salt lamp? So funny. Man, this is probably the hardest shot to animate in the whole show. Oh my, so much dancing. Crazy. This was 100% mocapped. And when I say 100%, I don't mean it's mocap. It's definitely hand animated with a mocap as a base is what I mean. Like 100% chance there was a mocap base for all these dances, because yeah, there needs to be that to some degree for the animators to have this much stuff going on at the same time. I like it looks like he has permanent shadows under his eyebrows. That makes a big difference. They did a really good job with getting the default shading looks of these characters feeling really good. This doesn't look like it has mocap. That looks hand animated.
There's a girl.
What?
Yeah, so I might have to do that once a month or so as a release of my hatred for you. But perhaps with some time, you'll be less of a bitch to me. Yeah, we'll see. Happy housewarming, bitch. Your place fucking sucks.
What? That's so good. Oh my god. Oh man. Fair enough. Canonically, it can be a literal they don't know I'm a Mecha Man moment. Wait. True. That's so funny. Wait, they don't know? Is he actually like? Does he have a secret identity technically? Like I thought they just knew. Is he just a dude to them? That's all he is. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, but I mean, frankly, that was a lot of dance animation, and it is difficult to do dance. I mean, if you guys haven't seen my Love in Deep Space video, I go on and on about how hard it is to animate dance. Like, it's a whole thing. But this definitely shows, it's such a great example of dances that were definitely hand animated. And I say that with like the caveat of like, yes, I think there was a mocap base because I think there's just too many characters. But like this was definitely hand animated, right? Like this 100% was hand animated. And actually not bad. Looks pretty good. But am I crazy? Am I just wrong about this being mocap? Maybe it's not. Let me just take a look. Maybe some anime was just crazy enough to animate every single dance by hand. Let me just double check this. Hang on. my god, these are all hand animated. Oh, wait, these are all hand animated? They were all hand animated with reference. Yeah, it's not mocap, it's reference. They were all hand animated. Yeah. Scenes like this are animated by one person? Yeah. Yeah, almost definitely. So, the way it typically works in TV shows, this isn't always the case, but like usually if you have something that is like a crowd shot, or if you're a shot with like a bunch of people, it doesn't make a lot of sense to break it up because it's really difficult to give one file to multiple people at once. So you're most definitely gonna have to, you know, wait for the other person to finish it and wait for people to interact or whatever it is, like dancing and stuff. It's possible that they split up the dances exactly, and you know, you don't know if the characters are looking at each other or not. What, it doesn't make any sense, right? You want to have one cohesive vision for a shot as much as possible when you can. So generally speaking, you give one shot per animator. Now sometimes one animator will have 16 characters and the other animator will have one. Obviously, in those cases, the person with the 16 characters in their shot gets longer to animate that shot than they do the person who has one character in their shot. So you just spend a longer time on it. This feels like, my guess is that one poor animator was given this shot or multiple of these shots, I don't know, and was like, you're the dance guy. You're going to be the guy who animates dances for the next month. And there's just going to be so many dances and there's so many characters. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. And that was just that person's life for like a month. That's my guess, honestly. Yeah. 100%, because that's how it would have been done probably in like a TV show. Yeah. I wanted to be the punchy hit guy. Yeah. Just to keep it consistent? Yeah, honestly. Because there's no other way, right? Like, let's say, for example, right? Like, deciding who's dancing with who, deciding who's like where the dance is going to happen, like those things can be generally figured out, but it's like these eye lines, these characters have to interact with each other, where the eye line's going to look, right? I guess it doesn't really matter for like her, right? But you know, for everyone else, they got to look at each other. How are you going to get them to look at each other if you don't know where they are, right? So you have to have them both in the same scene. You have to animate them both at the same time. They have to have the same intention. So one person has to animate both of them. And now you're like, maybe they can separate them out per character. But then you also have to figure out, well, the composition of the shot matters. Can you actually see where the character is in the scene and what you have to animate? You're not going to tell someone to animate a thing in isolation and like 20, 30, 50% of their work isn't even on screen. That's also a waste of time, right? So you don't want to have that either. So in theory, you just have to have a good cohesive vision of what the shot's going to look like and have one person be like, all right, just figure out what they're going to do. And they're going to do it because that's what animators do. It's going to probably suck, or they might really enjoy doing dance animation. That's fine, right? It just depends. You guys watched that Star Rail short that we did with an axis? Star Rail Dillon Goo. Hang on. This one, the Herda.
Fledgling scholars, coddled by gods and fate alike, heed the call of I, Anaxagoras of the Nusporists.
Kid, I did so.
Come at last and lay bare the door.
Alexa, you should drop the theater, kid. I did so last Amber era. The kids love music and funny dances.
Science is my witness, you will fall.
So this shot was all animated by Mira. All of it. Okay? So, like, every dance was animated by Mira. Did they go a little crazy? Mentally and physically? Physically, they went crazy. This looks fantastic. Mentally, they went crazy. But yes, Mira did an amazing job with this. But, like, generally speaking, it makes sense to have someone just like kind of do it. This doesn't even require as much as the other one, right? Because no one's really looking at each other for the most part. But like, you want to have a cohesive vision to some degree, like what kind of dances they're doing, what kind of quality. Also, by the way, the skill level of each animator might differ a lot for like different dances and stuff like that, right? So you don't want that to suddenly stand out either. So unless, of course, that's an intentional directional choice that one person happens to dance really, really well, things like that. These are things that you kind of have to keep in mind. So it's just easier to have that as a general rule. So there you go. That's just how things are done. That's how it works. My God. Yeah, this is hand animated with reference. It's not mocap. There's no mocap at all. I was wrong. Anyway, congratulations.
Your place fucking sucks.
Oh, also, I wanted to point this out too. So, what's this guy's name? Like Pyro something, right? Pyro bitch. I don't know. You're the one who made me aware of To Be Hero X a few years ago. Have you watched it? I have not watched it yet. I've been waiting to watch it with you guys in some way. I just have no idea how we're going to do that, but I really want to watch it with you guys. Flamby. Flamby? Like flambe? What's up? What off topic? How's it going? I haven't watched it yet. It's been like, I don't know, a year. It's kind of crazy. Flambe. Flambe. I see. Flambe. Oh, interesting. Damn, that's pretty gay. So here's something about flambe that's kind of interesting, right? Take a look at this.
So, as a release of my hatred for you.
Go.
Yeah.
One of the most difficult things about he's actually gay. That's hilarious. One of the most difficult things about his design is that he has such a huge V-neck, right? And what this means is that he has a very obvious texture on his shoulder in the middle of a joint between his shoulder and his his clavicle bone and his upper arm bone. This is a really, 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 really hard thing to make look good with skinning, like rigging, like weight-based rigging. Because you're going to have some form of uneven weights here or whatever that are going to pull the texture a little bit in one direction, and things are going to start looking a little stretchy, right? That's not a V-neck, that's a V-shoulder. I think it's a V-chest at this point. But yeah, so you can see like what should have been like a straight line, right? What should have been like what someone probably drew it as a straight line is actually kind of like, oh, I'm a little thicker here and now I'm a little thinner there. And like those are byproducts of the weights being like very, very difficult. And yeah, it might be the same mesh. I think it is, right? But that doesn't matter. It's the vertices themselves that are getting pulled a little bit unevenly. And that is a difficult problem to solve because you need the weights to form in a certain way. And it's kind of like tattooing something on your skin. So if you were to actually tattoo this design onto a skin, it might move, even in a perfect world, kind of like this. You're going to have some stretching here and there because that's what your skin does. Your skin stretches, right?
Yeah. So I might have to do that once a month or so as a
And as an added benefit, he moves his shoulders a lot more than other characters. I noticed. Maybe it's because his shoulders are so broad and they just call so much attention to it, but he moves his shoulders a lot. I don't think he has to move his shoulders that much. It just kind of depends on the animator's style and what they want to do with it. But like, I do think the amount of shoulder movement as well is also resulting in a little bit more weight stretching there, right? Yeah. That's not body paint. It feels like body paint because it is a texture that's just being weighted onto him, right? Onto his, basically onto his body. It does look like it has a little bit of thickness though, small little fun fact. That's actually really interesting. See that? There's a little bit of thickness there. There's a little bit of thickness there. I'm impressed. So it doesn't look like it's the same mesh actually, which is very interesting. Difficult to do. Yeah. I love shoulder acting. It's really effective. It is, but I do think he moves his shoulders a little too slowly. So this is a small critique. If you want to do shoulder acting, keep in mind shoulders are, as Ramen has told me, he phrases it very well. Shoulders are the eyebrows of the body. Now think about your eyebrows for a second, right? How many times do your eyebrows move slow, right? If are you ever going to be like, wow, right? Even me trying to move it slowly is like not working. It's very difficult to move your eyebrows slowly. I'm not going to go like, right? Like it's very hard. So The only way you can move your eyebrows, generally speaking, is with jerky motions, because you have to snap them into a certain pose, right? Like, huh? Huh? Like, that's kind of how your eyebrows generally move. So if you want to do something like that with your shoulders, like express things with acting and stuff like that, generally speaking, we don't move our shoulders very slowly. Like, if you try to move your shoulders slowly now, you'll also notice a weird kind of discomfort to it, because we're not used to doing that. Generally speaking, like when you shrug, are you like shrugging slowly? Like, no. You might hold the pose a little longer to be a little slower, but you're not gonna make the actual shrug action itself slow, right? So if you look at how we're like moving, like generally speaking, his character has some like micro slow shoulder movements that might feel a little bit unnatural because of that exact reason.
Physical.
Yeah, so I might have to do that once a month or so.
You see how he's like once a month or so? Like that slight raise in the shoulders isn't as natural as just like having the shoulders kind of like perk up, you know?
As a release of my hatred for you. But perhaps with some time, you'll be less of a bitch to me. Yeah, we'll see. Happy housewarming, bitch. Your place fucking sucks.
This guy's so funny. Oh, it's so good. I love it. But yeah, that's a thing I recommend. There's a couple of shoulder movements there that are a little slow, and I think if we speed it up, it'll feel a lot better. The acting beats are good. Really, really good. Hey, Goo, in your 11th D-Space video, you said the arms moving independent of the shoulder is rare, but in all the rigs I've used, you can move the shoulder without affecting the arms in IK. Yes, not in FK usually. Am I wrong? That's the difference. So yes, in IK, yes, but when the arm is dangling, that's not true. So the arm usually dangles in FK. It's usually better to animate an arm dangling in FK. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I pointed that out. I rarely use FK. Yeah, me too. But if the arm is dangling, you should use FK. If you're using IK for arm dangling motions, you might get elbow popping and stuff like that. It doesn't really work. Like getting a smooth arc with an IK rig for like a dangling arm is very difficult because you're using two different forms of like mindset animation, right? So like, let's think about it this way. What is FK used for, right? Why am I so low in the frame? Why am I so... Okay, I sit up, sorry. So here's the thing, right? FK is terrible to use for a lot of situations, especially acting. But there is a specific situation where FK is actually pretty good. And that is when you're not trying to move your arm. Think about that, right? Pendulum motion, yes, but just in general. Like think about like if your arm is like the best use case of IK is when you're moving it the way that your brain moves your head or your hand. Your hand is moving because your brain tells you, I want my hand to be in this location. That's what IK does. It tells the hand to be in that location, and then the elbow kind of figures it out. That's a great way to do exactly that kind of mental movement. But if you're... Oh, there's an ad, sorry. We'll wait. Oh, yeah, if you guys don't know what IK and FK is, let me show you. We'll watch this while the ad
You can start
plays.
from the shoulder to the upper arm to the lower arm to the wrist. Or you can start from the end of the arm at the wrist and then have everything else follow that movement. That's FK versus IK. And each mode kind of has its own purposes. FK is very predictable.
So good.
It's more precise. You're starting from the top and going down, and you have control over every part of it. And it's rotation based, so curves are a lot easier. Meanwhile, IK is all about positioning the end of the chain. So naturally, it's better at straight motions. So if you wanted to have your character throw a punch, for example, you would probably do that in IK because you can have the punch go in a straight line. FK is good at animating rotations, while IK is good at animating positions. But that doesn't mean you need to necessarily stick to either one. You can wind up the punch in FK and then throw the punch in IK. Or since IK is good at keeping a hand stuck in place, then you can have it stuck on a table. Let's say you need to have one of your arms or hands stick to something that's moving. Like if you have two hands on a pole, you can set one arm to IK, and you can even have the other arm in FK and have it move around while the IK arm is stuck to it and rotating with it. You can start from the...
That was cool. I love this guy. He's great. What a great explanation. But yeah, generally speaking, if you think about the mental model of how a hand moves, sometimes the hand will move unintentionally and like there's something that's just happening, right? And when something just happens, when you get those pendulum swings come from the fact that it's just the joints themselves acting the way they would, right? And that is the essence of FK. Whereas the essence of IK is this idea of like, well, my hand is just moving the way I want it to go. I do like the fact that there's also the situation where you're like, if you're touching a table or whatever, that's also true, which is like much more related to the IK of like a foot than like a hand. But yeah, I'm not subscribed to this guy. I'm pretty sure I am. I just don't know what account I'm on. I'm subscribed to him on like one of my accounts for sure. But yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. I guess I could always subscribe again. Anyway. Is that a dog? What the fuck? Wait, what the hell is this? Why is there so much detail all of a sudden? How do they do that? Wait, how do they do that? What the fuck? Wait, am I crazy that the texture in the spoon just disappears? Sorry. That's so funny. Oh, there's no actual thing in the spoon. They just faked it. That's so funny. They didn't even try to hide that. They're like, boop. Oh, so good. That's so good. This is actually crazy though, because you know what that means, right? This looks like it could be simulated. I'll be honest. Oxili's here. Hey, how's it going? This looks like it could be simulated. It's actually really impressive. Like, look how it's moving kind of like liquidy there. Which, oh my god, is that liquid with a texture on it? No way. I don't believe that. No, it's not. It's not even that. Wait, that's kind of crazy. It looks so good. I don't know how they did that. No, they're just pulling... Is this shape keys? It's just UVs? No, that doesn't make sense either. There's like individually moving pebbles. That's crazy. So you're here too. Hey, how's it going? Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, I finally remember my password. Isn't it great? Welcome to Twitch. Particles, it could be particles, but that's really hard to do as well because particles are very unpredictable. But it could be. Yeah, it could be. That's crazy. I love the dichotomy. Like, there's like this amazing, just amazing like particle, whatever it is, animation. And then like they do the most basic, simplest like water drop. Like this is just a triangle basically. And not to mention they just scaled it up, which makes no sense. Water droplets don't get bigger as they fall. Okay, let's be... That's such a like a... Oh man, that's so funny. That is so funny. Do they stretch when they fall? Yeah, a little bit, but they also like don't get bigger. They got... Anyway. So funny. Oh, that's 2D? Wait, that's simulated? I don't know, that might be Metaballs actually. Damn, this is impressive. Okay, that's just 2D. Oh my god. Okay, that's Metaball. That's straight up... Wait, this is a liquid sim? Or... Bro, I recognize this. This pattern. I see it. That's voxel data. I think this is a liquid sim. And it makes me say, I want to say it's in Blender. I really want to say it's in Blender. I don't think it's in Blender. But like, my god, if it was in Blender, that'd be so funny. This is like the simplest liquid sim you can do. I've seen it. Yeah. God. Whiskey in the coffee? Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, this is a game. This is like a multi-million-dollar game. Oh my god. Wait, that's so good. Oh my god. I was gonna drink it. So cute. Oh.
No, Steve's on that one. Talk to him in.
Oh, thank you. That's your lifesaver.
Oh, cute. Whiskey. Oh, the react. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good, dude. I love the writing in this. Like the writing is so good. Like it's the whole show. The whole show is built on the writing foundation of this game. It's like it feels so fun to watch and to play.
Oh, thank you. That's your lifesaver.
And the animation is great. Like, what's fun is like the acting animation here is also really, really good. This guy has no expressions, and yet everything that he's doing here is so telling, like, of his personality. Like, look at that, just like the way he interacts. Like, it's just so well written, dude. My goodness. Covering the coffee so it doesn't spill on people.
Oh, thank you. That's your lifesaver.
The animation is so good. It's so good. Just like the nod. Oh, man. Probably one of the rare games that I want to watch stream but play it myself. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Yeah. Dispatch. The company is called the Superhero Dispatch. Oh, I see. Like this company or the game company? Now I need to clarify. Yeah. Damn. I like how the cat's body tilts when they start walking. Very nice. Oh, yeah, yeah, true. I agree. Body mechanics are actually pretty good here. Very, very good. The company in the game, got it. Look at the cast shadows on his face too. This is something that I would probably like be like, oh, I don't think we need that. And it does give away some 3D. Like if you look at this, right? Like it's like these characters are also, by the way, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure this is like Make Human. This is, so the way they're doing their, hang on a second. The way they're doing their like background characters is they're basically taking like Make Human or some sort of like pre-made kind of like base model modifier thing, and they're not doing a whole lot except adding the shaders and stuff, because the eye shapes and everything are very, very simple, and they're very, very reminiscent of like realistic eye shaders, or not eye shapes, I should say, the eye shapes. So like the eye shapes and stuff, like the model is like basically a realistic model that's been slightly modified, whereas if you wanted to do an anime model, you'd have to change the eye shapes quite a bit, which they do for the main characters. But for the side characters, this is straight up like Make Human or some other kind of like default base mesh that they're modifying. I mean, look at this guy. Look at that dude. You're not gonna tell me that's not Make Human. That's got to be like, that's just a basic. That's a thing. Yeah. Yeah, and the shading, the normal editing is also like quite meh. Like it's, you can kind of see already like on their faces they have quite a lot of shadows and stuff. Whereas like this guy has a totally custom made face, like 100% custom. Like, look at the shape of the nose, everything, the lines on the nose, all that, right? That's not something you can get out of a pre-made thing. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's your lifesaver.
It's his face. So good, so good. Also, I mean, what's interesting too is like they're doing a really good job with the intentional lighting. So like this is something that's very important when you have the shading like this. So what they're doing is they're painting a lot of shadows, but they have, generally speaking, like not a lot of really good normal editing. They have decent normal editing. It's okay. I can notice it on the hands, but other than that, maybe not a lot. Maybe not at all. I think about it, it's possible. But either way, the normals are not pretty, right? So they're kind of messy. So how do you get good shading? Well, one, you paint the shading in that you want, right? So you're painting in these shadows that feel like they're part of the mesh. Like even this right here is such a great example of this. Like, look at that. This is not a calculated shadow. This is just a painted shadow, right? There's, because the color is always going to be there. And it's going to feel good because it looks like the cloth is wrinkling and all these things, right? So you add depth to the shading just by painting it on. And then what you do is you control the light. This is another reason why it's so difficult to do in real time, because you need different lights for different characters, right? So like, for example, right here, notice how like the light is casting from here, and it's basically, you have basically zero shadow on the face of the cat because you want to see the cat's face as clearly as possible, right? So they tilt the light so that it's like, it's looking this way and it's mostly casting the shadow only on the edges of, you know, the silhouette. Joel's here. Joel, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to the chat. We're talking about the animation of Dispatch. I skipped my lighting class during my college animation. I'm so sorry. Anyway, lighting's not that important. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so what's happening here specifically is that they are lighting the characters in a way that a 2D artist might just like shade them, right? So that you get the most expression, not the most accuracy. So this is important. Let's say that you have like a I don't know, a light in the scene that's like over here. That's not the light that's casting on the character. You don't give a fuck about that light. That light doesn't matter. It's not important. You throw that light away. You just say, no, I'm just going to make an invisible light here, which you can do in 3D, by the way. You're going to make an invisible sun lamp here or whatever, right? And just like point it in that direction. Boom, we're done. That guy's good to go. However, how did they get the light on his face? Good question. Because if the light was coming from here for everybody, this would be in full shadow, wouldn't it? I gotcha. It's fine, Joel. This is lighting class 2.0. This is way better. So the reason why it's so difficult to do this in a game engine is because you generally do need consistent lighting, right? So the light has to come from a predictable direction in the game, and you kind of have to have it there, and it has to kind of affect everybody kind of relatively the same. Now, there's some things you can do with light groups 4 and like, well, which is really difficult to do, but you know, you can do it. It starts to compound exponentially when you have each character have their own thing in every single scene, but whatever. Either way, it's difficult to do. Now, in you know, something like Maya or whatever, you can just export it separately. You don't even need light groups. You could export it separately, light it separately, have them independent from each other on different render layers. Or you can do light groups like we do in Blender as well, or in Goo Engine, I should say. So like they have an additional light here for the face. That's actually, to be completely honest, basically facing camera. Like this is actually the direction of the light. It's like it's basically facing camera, and it's actually pointing in this direction. So his face, if you actually looked at it, it would probably be like mostly visible here, and then like it'd be shadow like over here, right? I'm talking about the other side of this is hard to explain. But anyway, you get the idea. The light is actually coming from the front and towards the camera, in which case like he should be fully shadowed if we were to do that, so it doesn't work. So having all these custom lights to make sure that like you're painting the depth essentially onto the character in a way that feels really good is very, very important to like a 2D workflow, because you're creating these shapes with just shadows, and you need to have control over those shadows. Like one of the things that like one of the shadows here that I actually would suggest not having is like this one here. Like this shadow, if they just didn't have this shadow, it would look better, right? They just didn't have that shadow. It would just look cleaner and look more 2D, like immediately, right? But because they have that shadow, it looks a little bit 3D. It looks okay, like it's a little blobby too. But like if they just didn't have that shadow, the expression would actually read a little bit better, right? Because it wouldn't be blocked by this like darkness here. But that's something that like, you know, you ultimately live with for some sort of like some form of a real-time shader in some cases. But like if they had full control, it would just get rid of it, right? Do you think individual characters have their own light sources, light linked to them? Yes, 100%, 100%. You have to. You absolutely have to, right? Let's take a look at the previous. Look at this one, right? Hang on, look at this one. Actually, it's right here.
Crunch tacos.
Paid, please.
Where's the shot with all of them? There you go. Like, if you look at everyone's shading here, it's all relatively custom. Relatively. They actually, in this particular case, they want to keep the environment. Makes sense because they're kind of far away. But generally speaking, it's relatively custom. I mean, look at this guy, right? Like, this shading makes no sense. How is he going to get a light from below if everyone's else's light is from above, right? Impossible. See what I'm saying? They're trying to make it look like the light source is all coming from the left, which it is, which is good. But they're not using the same light, I guarantee you. I guarantee it. But yeah. Can't they use multiple light sources with different volume? I don't know exactly what that means, to be honest. But I don't think that's the most efficient way to do it, no. Because you can, I mean, it's just easier just to separate it out. He has a local shader on his skin, which reacts to the position of a local empty. Yeah, that's probably true, actually. It probably is that. Yeah. It's a nice trick to help us find their faces easier. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. It helps you understand exactly what to look at, because it defines the important contrast points for you. One of the most important things about this, by the way, like when it comes to doing 3D animation that is trying to look 2D, the faces are by far the most important thing. If you can get the faces to look good, it doesn't really matter if the body looks bad.
Didn't order that.
And you'll see that a lot.
3 triple crunch tacos. Yeah, you've muttered it 50 times. Just eat that. It's the same shit anyway.
God, this I love this shot, dude. I keep going
Literally
back to
everything. 5 ingredients. Hot sauce?
I mean, guys, if I was playing, I think I would romance physicality. Is she the only option besides who else is like the blonde girl who was dancing with me in the other one? Who are the romance options? This is not important. We're gonna keep talking about this stuff.
You drunk or concussed?
The way she's animated is just so attractive. Is that bad? Am I just attracted to animation? Is that what I am? Oh. Oh. Why am I so low?
You drunk or concussed?
Look at that. Look at those expressions.
It took some friendly fire.
Blonde blazer and physical. Yeah. I'm looking at this and like every single shot has a gorgeous face lighting, right? That's the main thing about it. The face is always looking good.
Sorry, boy. He's only broken dead.
So
You
funny.
wash your hands after touching all them filthy nutsacks?
God, it's disgusting.
Oh, they seem salty.
Yeah, and by the way, this brow shadow is always permanent. It's very interesting. It's a good way to do it. I like how they did it. Yeah. And by the way, just small thing, the brow shadow is permanent. One small detail about how to get if you want to do like permanent shadow paint maps and stuff, if you want to have them blend in with your actual shading, just make sure that they have the same color, right? Notice how this is a permanent paint map and it ends here, but the actual shading starts like here. So they're actually intersecting and basically becoming one shape, and that's what you want. This is one of the common mistakes I've seen where like if you have like, I mean, it kind of works in your favor if you do it on purpose, but like if you have like a shadow shape and then like the painted shadow just gets darker on the darker side, like that doesn't work. It just feels like 3D again. It just feels like a kind of a cheap trick, right? So yeah, very cool. The one time Dillon streams per year and I can't watch it. Sorry, Haps, I'm sorry. It's okay. I'll be back. I got new internet and a new apartment. So technically this is like the beginning of a new era. Who knows? Oh yeah, the VOD channel's finally getting updated. You're so right. Sup, VODs channel. Guys, I don't know how to be a YouTuber anymore. This is difficult. They animated her while thinking, hey, see this? She's attractive, you know. Honestly, yes, I think that's probably what they were doing. Let's be real. The animator was like, yeah, this girl's gonna get romanced. Let's be real. She's got great facial expressions. That's just how it goes. Surely, I'm not the only one. You promised me 6 months and my subscription refresh. I'm so sorry. I moved to Japan, Haps. I moved to Japan. I was disconnected from the web. I was in the wilderness. I was kidnapped. I was tortured for 6 months. There's plenty more excuses that I can make up, but I did move to Japan. That's actually legitimate. It won't work like yellow dress, blue dress when your static shadow stays the same. But dynamic shadow changes tone depending on world lighting. But won't it work? Like, yeah. So that's an interesting point, Zapper. What you're talking about specifically is more to do with character integration than it is with actual shading. So this is actually an important, this is a kind of a distinction on like pipeline workflows, right? If you're doing the shading and you want the shading to be integrated into the world, you can certainly do that. And that could be included in that process of making sure that the shadow colors are also being tinted in a way that makes sense to the world lighting. You can do that in real time. That's not always the best way to do it. It's actually generally, in my opinion, better to do that in comp. And comp is a post-production thing. So you're actually adding essentially like a tint or a filter over the characters that modifies that basic local color shading. And this is generally speaking how like anime does it as well. Like they're not going to just change someone's skin tone. Who's that? Hang on. Oh my God, Austin! Thanks for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, it's definitely something that if in comp, if you can apply that tint, you have a lot more control and a lot more consistency, because you don't really want your character's base like skin tone or like hair color or like whatever to like change per shot without you having like control over that. By the way, sorry, this is something I just noticed. They have a different light for the teeth. You guys notice that? Look at that. The teeth are in shadow. They should be in light. Something's going on there. Something's going on there. Anyway. I feel like you're too busy to enjoy Japan around, but I'll still ask how's Japan. Japan's actually great, but also I am too busy to enjoy Japan. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I haven't really left the house as much as I would like to be completely honest with you. And it would be nice to be able to do that more, but I mostly just work. Yeah. Yeah, that is just how it goes. But it has been nice. Yes. It has been nice. Yeah. How did you communicate with the Goo team without internet? Terribly, honestly. It was a nightmare. We communicated through the shitty internet that I did have. I had pocket Wi-Fi for a little bit, and it was rough. There was a whole era where I couldn't talk to people in real time, so I'd have to say something, wait for them to respond like maybe 30 seconds later. And then they would respond, and then I would say something in response, but they'd be like, hello? Like, why aren't you talking? And I'm like, I said it. You're just not going to hear it for another 30 seconds. It was pretty bad. Yeah, it was lag. Yeah, also one time, because we're posting Professor Goo videos, right? So like I was like recording videos for Professor Goo, and I did not have the bandwidth to actually send it over to, Sloth, because Sloth is, editing these videos, and they're like 30 gigabytes of footage. And then quite literally, I was like, I messaged Sloth and I was like, bro, we can't get this video done in time. Like I can't, the files aren't uploading. It's going to take like days, who knows, like years. It's going to take years to upload this thing. It's literally impossible. And then Sloth was like, oh, why don't I just like come over? And I was like, huh. That's a really good point. I didn't really think about that. Yeah, that's not something I've ever had the opportunity to do, by the way, because I have never lived in a city with anyone else in it. That sounds crazy to say, but like, I was in Texas, like I was in Houston specifically, which didn't have any content creators or artists really at all for the most part. So it was just very like, I was just, always just alone in my house constantly. But, yeah, being like, oh, wait, actually, yeah, we could just like meet up and I could just give you like a USB. Like that was great. That was like such a game changer. Also, the public transport is amazing. My God, that's the best part of Japan. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, that's Dispatch, guys. That is Dispatch. Dispatch is fantastic. I have to head out pretty soon. So as I mentioned, we'll probably stream for about an hour and a half today. I have a dinner to go to, so I don't want to miss that. We will be back in a bit. Let me just check my messages before I say anything else. What time is it? Oh, I got a little bit more time. Hang on. We could do... I have like another 30 minutes, maybe. Okay. That works out. That works out. Okay, 30 minutes. Yeah? Yeah, good. Oh, Casper, you got a new trailer? Fuck, I do want to watch that. I want to watch that, but I do actually have to watch Solo Leveling. That's on the agenda today because Solo Leveling is something that we're working on that I need to comment on. Did I say working on? I meant... So, you guys want to watch Solo Leveling? It's just a cool thing that I heard of. We're not working on the show. No, don't worry. But it's just something that I feel like would be good to react to for reasons unknown, and we should definitely take a look at it because I legitimately haven't seen some of these. So, how many of you guys have actually seen the show? Oh, there's 2 seasons already? My God, I'm so behind. Oh, Chainsaw Man. I did watch Chainsaw Man, yes. I watched it in Japanese in Japan, and I didn't understand really anything, but I understood everything at the same time. It was so sad. They didn't have sub in the theater that I went to, but they do have sub for Chainsaw Man for here. They definitely do. That's an option. But yeah. Yeah, they do have sub sometimes. I know Sloth has watched it in sub before, and it's an option in like bigger theaters and stuff. I just wanted to watch it in Japanese. I thought Solo Leveling went bust. No, did they? That's crazy. Let's take a look at Sung Jin Woo versus the Ant King. This is a fight I haven't seen yet, and I heard it's really hype. Has anybody seen this yet? Demon Slayer didn't go bust. No, we're talking about Solo Leveling. But Solo Leveling, Solo Leveling making boatloads of money? I think so too. I feel like it wouldn't go bust. That's crazy. Unless you're thinking about One Punch Man. That might be different. But okay, here we go. Great fight. Okay. Fair enough. That's what AC said. If AC said it's great. I heard it's good. I do want to watch it. So we're going to see exactly what the hype is all about. They just released the game. Oh, they did. That's right. Yeah. That's true. That's cool. Oh my God, Sloth. I wasn't recording this whole time. I'm so sad. Oh! It didn't start recording at the same time as the stream. Yeah, it didn't do it. That wasn't an option. I mean, it is an option, but yeah, that's what we're working with. That's what we're working with. We had the VOD, yeah, but the VOD is always like hard to edit. But I'm recording now, so that's the important part. You know, that's what we got it. We got it. Everything's great. Okay, there we go. All right, so Solo Leveling Sung Jin Woo versus the Ant King is a pretty long fight. It's 9 minutes. Surely that's not the full fight. Surely it's just like a lot of talking, right? There's no way there's 9 minutes of straight on action. Surely. Okay, we're gonna watch it and we'll find out. Ugh. Technically, he's actually an ant that is combining a lot of different like genetic whatever blah 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 like of other creatures into like this ant, and it's coming from this like ant colony that's like been gathering like a bunch of other, you know, stuff and absorbing the powers of like other things, and that's the story as far as I know. Okay, he's not the Chimera ant from Hunter x Hunter. No, that's true. But he is the Ant King. Yeah, and he does take on a lot of those features. I wouldn't say it was good. It's got that obvious MC syndrome with the class. Yeah, I think we're talking about Solo Leveling, right? I think Solo Leveling, the webcomic, is quite good. I like it a lot. Oh, we're talking about Isekai Hero with that class. Sorry. That one I haven't seen. I have no idea about it. I'm good. Cool. Just checking. Solo Leveling has that too? Yeah, that's fair. Yep. True. Cool. This is such a... Oh man, this is so interesting. See how they did this like rotation here? Like, oh, we're coming in. We're going to rotate this crazy guy. And then it's like, oh, wait, hang on. It's just black. It's just, they just zoomed in so far close that you can't even see what's going on. And then boom, he's facing forward and kicking. Right? So this is like these like rotational things that require some level of like accurate geometry to feel good. Like having this zoom in not only increases the dynamicness of the shot, but also it hides a lot of imperfections. It allows you to animate a little faster, which is nice. Like imagine, and it just looks so good. And this is like, they actually implemented that here. They don't implement it in every single shot, I feel like. So this feels like a huge callback to the manga, which is great. Or manhwa. Repeat poses here? I'm actually very curious. Repeat poses here? Okay, there's this pose. Oh, he's like fabulous. Look at that. And then that pose, this pose. Oh, he's fabulous again. Wait. Yeah, they do. Look, it's the same pose. It's the same pose. And then that one. And the same pose again. And then that one again. And then this one. And then this one again. Aha! It's three or four poses repeated. Bro, how did I forget he has an army? That's crazy. Dude, oh my god, the hype. Bro, they did that so well, that moment. Oh my goodness. Oh, can I lower the volume? Sure, why not? Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh. Okay, that was sick. Is that too low? Hang on. I need more hype in my life. Here we go. Frames. I mean, it's actually very impressively drawn, but like, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's just a little extreme choreo. They have actually just about, I want to say two, like the bits that we just saw. That was like the main choreo bit, and I think like the rest of it is mostly like big flashy stuff, like big flashy moves. This is choreo. I think this is choreo as well. Yeah. God, this is so crazy. You don't really get to see too much of it though, because it's just a couple frames here and there, which is a really interesting way to like to kind of bypass like the complexity of it, right? Because you can have this. This fight is pretty good. This fight is pretty good. I won't be able to watch the other one in time, but I will definitely stream again soon, because turns out I wasn't recording anything, so I have to re-record some stuff later, probably. Either way, I'm gonna see if we can get another stream in this week. We are also doing, by the way, we're doing a stream tomorrow in the Discord. The studio Discord is we're gonna do an animation review stream. So we actually brought animation reviews back. Did I mention this? I don't think I did. This is the first time I've been back in a while. Animation review streams are back. If you guys want your animation reviewed, it's going to be in the Patreon server. So you do have to have, you know, a Patreon subscription to watch it, but like I would look at it and like say that is good. And I don't really want to do that. I want to make sure that people actually get value out of the feedback. So we're doing that through Patreon now instead. So if you guys want to check it out, you can. It's there. We've talked about it on the Discord already a couple times. I don't think we've announced it publicly, but we've already had 2 or 3 animation review streams. It's technically 2. We're having another one tomorrow. So they've been going really well. I think we've been really enjoying them. At least I have. So hopefully anybody who you talk to in the server who's already done them will tell you that they enjoyed it. Ask them. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. But yeah, I think it's a really cool time. So yeah. I saw So Much Show and it looks awesome. Oh yeah, thank you. I'm also excited for it. It's going to be a big project for sure, but it's turning out pretty good. Yeah. The trailer is interesting. There's a couple things that we are like, it's so like already so soon. I'm just like, man, we could have done so much better. There's a lot of things that we can do better, but like it was good, but there's still like so many things that we can do better. And it's like, I wish we did it for the trailer, but we'll do it for the actual show. That'd be great. More news on that soon. We'll see how it goes. Reminder to consider Dillon's streaming times is now suited for the US. Wait. That's funny. Is it though? This is like 1 a.m., isn't it? I don't know. I guess it's basically the same as what I was streaming back then. That was always possible with big things like this. But yeah. It is, but it suits us Insomniac. Yes, exactly. You guys are here at the right time. That's all that matters. Yes. Cool. I'll finally have free time next month to the animation class. Oh, nice. Very cool. You know, I haven't seen the prices, but it might be an expensive gift. Yeah, no, definitely. If you want to get it, definitely get it. But there's always the choice to just get the Blender course, which is cheaper, versus getting like the animation foundations and stuff like that. You can get the animation foundations, and I'm sure it's good. But like, if you want to learn the foundations on your own, that's also fine. It depends on what you want to do. But yeah, no deadline. There will be a deadline. It's just right now we're not.